Hey guys, I'm here to talk about a very underrated brand and product here on social media. Now this is the brand Inglot, and this is the AMC Pure Pigment Eyeshadow. Now this is called an eyeshadow, but technically these are like loose pigments. So yeah. Now Inglot has 55 shades of these and I have 38 to show you guys. Now I have to admit 38 or 28, I'm not sure. Anyways, I think 28, not 38. Yeah, I have 28 to show you guys. Now, I have to say, I have to admit that I collected these 28 shades over a very short period of time. I am very obsessed with them. So, I collected them like say over a period of 6-7 months. So yeah, it's a really short period of time. Now the price range of these vary from $16 to $19. Now the older shades are $16 and the newer shades, something the ones were released maybe like in the past 2 years. So they retail for $19, but I think the amount of product that you get across the board is the same. It's 2 grams. So the older shades, they retail for $16 and you get 2 grams, and the newer shades they retail for $19 and still you get 2 grams. Okay, so the places that you can find them, Beautylish carries them, but not the entire selection, and then Macy's, if you want to find these in the Macy's store, I think only very select Macy's stores carry them in the stores, but online you can find them online. Everyone has access to Inglot products on Macy's.com. And then you can also find these at inglotusa.com. That is the US website of Inglot. So yeah, these are the 3 places that you can find them. Now, before I start with the swatches and review, I want to give a quick introduction. Now, Inglot comes, they don't technically like categorize their pigments, but from what I've bought and from what I've used and seen, they fall under 3 different categories. Now one is like chunky pigment, right, with like huge chunks. You can see the size is pretty large, the pigment is pretty large, and they don't like apply perfectly smooth. I mean, if you apply it in right way, there is a learning curve. I'll just tell you guys what it is, but I'm just saying the size of the pigment is large and it catches light very beautifully, and it like catches the light and reflects it, and it's just the best. This is absolutely pretty, but you just have a small little learning curve to these. And then you have like something which is like a medium size like pigment. These are not glitters, guys, these are pigments. So these are very, very potent. These are medium sized, but these are pretty finely milled. You do not, I mean, you won't experience a lot of issues when you're using these, but at the same time they also give that high shine and gorgeous effect. And then finally, the third category is that the ultra finely milled ones, and these do not have very much shine. As you can see, they are more of a satin finish if you're asking, but they work well as also like, I mean, I use these as matte shades in my crease and my outer corner and everything, and they are so rich in pigment. But let me just swatch these. Now, as I swatch each category, I'll tell you guys how I use them. Now, let's start with the chunky category. Now, what I do is I apply this glitter primer. This is by NYX. This is just $5, and this is amazing, guys. This is just a magic potion, I'm telling you. This is very, very good. So just what I do is I apply it on my eyelid or wherever I want the pigment to be placed on my eyelid, and then I just wet my eyeshadow brush, a flat shader brush, a little bit, and just pick up a little bit of this and just pat, and that's it. I do not go in with a second layer. You do not need a second layer. If you go in with a second layer, what happens is it forms a very uneven layer. Your eyeshadow, your eyelids look kind of bumpy, which is not very attractive. So just one layer with this will do, and that is amazing. Now let's get into the swatches. Now the first shade is 120, and this is a duochrome. Like Inglot has so many duochromes, guys. You will not believe the duochrome in these are so strong, you will not believe your eyes. Do you see how amazing? Oh my god, this is unbelievable, guys. And this is 120. This is in the shade 120, and this is a pink, not pink, I feel this is like a fuchsia to purple, not even a light pink. This is a dark fuchsia to purple, and in person and even on the eyes, because the eyes is not flat, it has like a curvature to it. So on the eyes, since the duochrome is so strong, you can actually see a portion of your eyes in fuchsia shade, and then the other portion of your eyes in a purple shade, and that is so pretty. This is the shade 120, and that is a chunky shades. And this is 122. This is the newer shade. Now I'm not 100% sure which ones are the new ones, but I'm sure that this came out in a very recent collection, the Star in You collection. This again has like gold to green reflex. Do you see? Oh my god, this has to blind you guys, seriously. Do you see how beautiful it is? This is so raw and so, it's just pure pigment, I'm telling you. And this is so worth the money. And then next is, and that is 122, and this is like a green to gold pigment. Then you have the shade 86. This is again a duochrome which shifts copper to a very hot pink. Do you see the glitter is chunky, definitely, hence that's why it like catches the light so well. So that is again a duochrome which is copper to like hot pink. It's a bold fuchsia to copper shade. It's a shift. It's so pretty. And this is, oops, don't want to waste anything. And this is 86. Then next is 111, and this is also a very pretty pigment. I never thought, this is so flaky. Do you see? It's so flaky. This is like a very pale lavender to pink shift. Very pale lavender to pink shift. You can definitely see the pink on, I know you can't see it here, but in the swatch, but on the eyes you can definitely see that it is like a very baby pink. It doesn't look like very frosty, or of course it is frosty because it like catches the light, but it doesn't look white, you know. Some usually baby pinks turn white on my skin tone. You just can't see the baby pink, but this definitely stays baby pink. So that is 111. This is 111, and this is 126. And this is like a copper gold pigment. This is the one, like a copper gold pigment. This also is chunky. Let me do one more swatch of that. So, yeah, since it is chunky, even the swatch does not like beautiful or anything, but on the eyelids, just use a glitter primer and just wet your brush. The pigment comes together beautifully. It like adheres the pigment, once you wet it and once it lays on top of the primer, it adheres well to each other. It doesn't look flaky or bumpy. It's really good. And that is hang on, where is it? Yeah, 126, and that is like a copper to gold pigment. And then this is 125. 125 is like a bold fuchsia shade, guys. It's so pretty. You will never see such unique pigments in your lives. At least I haven't. This is just a fuchsia shade and so pretty. This, do you see this? Like, this is a purple. The 125 is a purple, and this is just a fuchsia shade. Now this is also from a very latest collection, the Star in New collection, and that is 125. And then you have the shade 82. And the shade 82 is a gold to hang on, let me just diffuse it in the skin. I know it, the swatch is messy, but it's just like a bronzy gold to a copper shade, and it has strong green sides to it as well. And that is 82. This is a chunky glitter as well. Then this is 63. 63 is like a straight up copper shade. This is very similar to a MAC's Copper Sparkle. I'm not sure if that's what it's called. Copper Sparkle, I think. That intense copper shade from MAC's Pigment. Yeah, do you see how smooth that is? So that is, I think, 63. Yeah, that is just a copper pigment, guys. Not just a copper pigment, like very beautiful copper pigment. And that is 63. Yeah, this is from the I think the older shade, so I think this is $16. I'm not entirely sure. I list the number of the pigment, the code of the pigment, and just do a price check on the website. And this is 50. This is such a beautiful coral shade, so unique. Oh my god, it's very similar to MAC's Rose or Rosé pigment. Rose, right? Is it Rose? I'm not entirely sure. And it is a beautiful pink to coral shade, and this is like mighty chunky, so you definitely need to be careful with it. So that's 50. So pretty, guys. Pink to coral and gold. It's so pretty. It's very pretty and so unique. And lastly, we are coming to an end with the chunky pigments. This is 24, and this is like a gold bronze shade. You could even call it just a gold shade. Do you see how beautiful that is? Just a gold shade. It's very pretty. So these are the chunky pigments that I have from Inglot. 10 of them, right? I have 10. Yeah. They give you a mind-blowing, beautiful effect. If you are someone who likes to make a statement with your eyelids, you will not regret it. I promise you, guys. I promise you. You will not regret it. Now let's do the second category, is which I really enjoy, because you don't have to put in a lot of effort. You just apply them, but they have beautiful glitters that catch the light and make look very beautiful and very pretty. So these have that medium-sized glitter, not glitter, I'm sorry, the pigment, because none of these are glitters, loose glitters. These are pigments. Now the way I use these is that for these you don't even need the glitter primer. Actually, I just go in with a normal, just an eyeshadow primer, because these are like pretty finely milled, so they wouldn't like fall off or they wouldn't look uneven when you apply them. They go on very evenly. They're very finely milled, and they have beautiful, like the perfect sized pigment that like applies well, but at the same time it catches the light and makes it, your eyeshadow looks extra beautiful. So this is my favorite of all, although that gives like makes a statement, but this is like easy in application, and it also looks pretty on the eyes. So yeah, this is a medium size, and you do not need a glitter primer with these. the medium-sized pigment, you just use an eyeshadow primer, and you can either wet your brush or not wet your brush. It's up to you. I always wet my brush because it's so pretty when you wet your brush. So this is in the shade 113, 113, and this is also from their new release. Now this is, you see how beautiful it is. This is a blue purple shift. Do you see how, oh my god, in person I cannot describe, guys, how beautiful this is. And so easy to also diffuse it in your hand. It's so finely milled at the same time, but it beautifully catches the light. I'm sorry for the messy application, but I see like purple and blue and so pretty. And that is 113. Then let's do 45. You will be shocked when I swatch this. This 45 is just a white looking, boring looking shade, but of course you would have guessed by now that it doesn't look white on my skin. But it's not your usually, I mean, it's not your usual run-of-the-mill green. It's a mint green, guys. It's a beautiful mint green. Do you see? Usually it's like a very like emerald green. I never expected this mint green to appear. Sorry, I'm making this swatch so messy, but it's, when you diffuse it into your skin, the effect is like, I'm really mesmerized by these because I'm seeing them in person. Yeah, so that's 45. I still have a lot of swatches. I'm going to start going to do things faster. And this is 112. 112 is like a very pale lavender to pink shifts. Do you see it's not the same? You definitely see the pinky lavender shifts coming through. And that is, I need to close this to see them. 112. 112. And then you have 83. 83 is like beautiful. This is so finely milled and so pretty. This is a beautiful green. It's hard to explain this, honestly. It's like a bronze to gold shift, but you can definitely see the duochrome. I know usually the bronze to gold usually just looks bronze, but in a certain angle you can definitely see the green gold, and in a certain angle you just see the bronze. So it's amazing. This pigment is so amazing. I was really impressed by this because I just thought I'm going to see just bronze in every angle, but this is the gold that comes with the bronze. You know, the duochrome is not just a straight up gold, it's like a green gold. So you can, in certain angles you can just see the brown bronze, and then in another angle you just see the green gold. It's so unique and absolutely beautiful. And that is 83. And this is 84. 84 is very similar to that old gold pigment from MAC. But this is way more beautiful, if you ask me. It catches the light even more better, and it looks more attractive on the eyes. These are definitely the best pigments, guys. Inglot. And this is 84. This is like a gold to green shift, and it's so pretty. That is 84. Then you have 81. 81 is such a beautiful shade. It's just like a garnet shade, like such a rich red color. Like a red to a it's like pink to cranberry. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Pink to a cranberry copper. Do you see how it beautifully shifts color? So that's 81. That is so finely milled as well. It wouldn't like give you a lot of trouble. If you are new to pigments, you wouldn't find these hard to use at all. This is 85. 85, I know it looks like a standard blue-brown pigment from MAC, but it's not like green and brown. This is teal. This is just like, this looks teal in real life. So yeah, we have reached the final pigment of this medium-sized pigment, which is very easy to use, and this is number 17, and this is actually a dupe for Golden Olive from MAC. So MAC, if you didn't know, MAC's pigments cost more than Inglot, but I don't think they offer 2 grams. They offer more than 2 grams. I'm not sure how much, but it's more than 2 grams, but they are more than $20 MAC's pigment. So this is it's like a very close, literally the same actually for Golden Olive, but obviously it's Inglot, so it's way more reflective and so pretty. So yeah, you guys, these are the medium-sized pigments, which are very, very pretty. You will not, if you are a beginner to pigments, and if these are like the best things to use because they don't give you a lot of trouble, but at the same time they deliver their beautiful pigmentation and the glitter and everything. It's just spot on. Now let's move to the satin category. Now the satin category is pretty easy to use. They are rich in pigment, but they don't have any you know, like a lot of glitter, if you ask me. So I usually use them in the crease a lot, very often. Now I've been here for a very long time, so I need to like really speed up things. So this is a beautiful blue purple duochrome. That is 46. Do you see it's way toned down, but the pigmentation is so rich. And then you have 28. This is 28, and this is just a straight up orange. Just a straight up orange shade, guys. I know this is kind of uneven, but you will not experience any problems with any shades, I assure you. So that is a straight up orange eyeshadow. You see, it doesn't have any much sheen to them. It's really, really good. And this is 66. 66 is like a red pigment. It's just red. It's just red. It's very pretty. So that's 66. And then this is 73, and this is like a lavender shade. And again, this doesn't have a lot of it just has a sheen. All the shades are not like very reflective, so you can definitely use these. So you don't have to like hunt for like unique you know, matte eyeshadows, because these definitely can be used as matte eyeshadows. And do you see how pigmented these are? And this is number 70. Tell me honestly, have you ever seen a teal shade as rich as this? I think not. It's amazing. I've used this particular shade several times in my crease as the outer corner, and I've been shocked by how beautiful it looks. And this is 70, guys. This is just a teal shade. You can use these on the lid, or you don't have to hunt separately for pressed matte eyeshadows, because they are very expensive, and such good pigmentation is very hard to find as well. And this is 34. 34 is like a hot pink, just that's it. This is 34. Then let's do the last three together. This is 32. This is like a navy blue. So pretty. Absolutely love this one. This is a navy blue. That is 32. And then I have like a very beautiful deep grape purple. It looks very black in the container, but on my skin it does not look black. It looks very purple. It comes out really very purple and like a grape purple. It's so unique and so pretty. And finally 31, this is the last shade, and I'm happy we've come to the last. This is just a forest green, guys. So yeah, you guys, these are the satin pigments from Inglot. These are the swatches so far, and like I said, these satin kind of pigments, you don't have to wet your brush because they adhere, these pigments adhere to each other so well, so they can be easily used as matte as even matte eyeshadow. So yeah, you guys, I think we've come to the end of this video. I just love the packaging because I don't think we spoke to the packaging. The packaging is amazing. It's so thick and so do you see how thick and like sturdy it is? Because no matter how amazing the product inside is, if the packaging doesn't hold it well, the product inside is not going to stay sanitary, and hence you cannot use the product. So I think the packaging plays a very important role, and Inglot really does well on the packaging and the product, guys. So I highly recommend these products. Now the price ranges, as I told earlier, it ranges between $16 to $19. So the $19 are only few shades, because $19 they increased the price only like maybe 2 years ago or even 1 year ago, I'm not sure. So I think they have only like 10 shades that like cost $19. The rest, like the vast majority in the collection, cost $16. So yeah, I think that's an amazing price for, if you've seen the swatches, you'll know how amazing that the price is for that beautiful and high quality pigment. So yeah, and did I say where these are made? These are made in Poland. All of these pigments are made in Poland. So maybe Inglot is a Polish brand, I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, you guys, I've told you guys where these can be found, and we've touched on the pigments, swatches and everything. These are amazing and top-notch quality, and highly recommend them. Please do buy them if you get a chance. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye.